North Korean women declare war on the U.S. imperial aggressors in anniversary march. Getty. North Korean women have been marching on the anniversary of the Korean War, holding their fists high in a salute reminiscent of Nazi Germany. The women called for class education to be intensified to spread the message of the U.S. being the principal enemy of North Korea. Participants chanted slogans based on the warped history of the Korean War taught in local schools, where they are also constantly told that Koreans can never trust the American imperialists. The Hermit Kingdom has a history of indoctrinating its female citizens. In a scheme called the Seed-Bearing Program, high-level visitors to Pyongyang would be sent an attractive consort, only to find out several months later that they have a child in North Korea. Officially known as traffic security officers, the ladies are chosen for their looks. They must leave the role if they marry, and have a finite shelf life, with compulsory retirement at just 26. The officers are unique to Pyongyang, which North Korean authorities are always keen to present in the best possible light despite their nuclear-armed country's impoverished status, and ensure a steady supply of photogenic young women who are the favorite subject of visiting tourists. Politicians would then be blackmailed to pass legislation favoring North Korea, or to increase aid. Journalists would be asked to write positive stories and businessmen urged to set up joint ventures with local companies. Jang Jin-sung, a former elite North Korean official, said, "A secondary benefit to North Korea is that the children are brought up fiercely loyal to the regime and, with looks that are a combination of cultures, can be infiltrated into other countries as agents." The accusations, published in government mouthpiece Rodong Sinmim, come at an especially fraught period following the death of U.S. student Otto Warmbier, who was returned to his native country in a coma having been sentenced to 15 years of hard labor by Kim Jong-un. In South Korea, the government has marked the war's anniversary in a more peaceful manner by urging the North to suspend the development of nuclear weapons. Prime Minister Lee Nak-yeon told war veterans and government officials at a ceremony in the capital, Seoul, the North continues provocative military actions such as launching a ballistic missile. The U.S. and South Korea are nervous that the 67th anniversary of the war will be marked by a sixth nuclear test in defiance of UN Security Council resolutions. The women marched and chanted on the anniversary of the Korean War. Getty men also took part in marches on the anniversary of the Korean War. Mr. Lee added that the North should stop developing missile and nuclear programs and come out onto the path of denuclearization on the Korean peninsula. The Korean War started on June 25, 1950. When Communist North Korean troops launched a surprise attack across the 38th parallel into South Korea. U.S.-led United Nations forces battled Chinese and Soviet-backed North Korea in the war, which ended with a truce on July 27, 1953.